Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The presentation will go on for 40 minutes to 45 minutes. If the participants have any questions or queries, I request them to put it in the chat box. At the end of the session, I will open up the chat box and be more happy to answer some of your questions. So going to the presentation itself, the topic of my presentation is communities of practice. My session is interactive, so I request the participants to generously use the chat box before I begin with the presentation. I would like you to see a small clipping, and after seeing the clipping, I want you to write down what you have understood from the clipping in the chat box. That will be my point of discussion. I feel, so this here is a clipping. It has no sound, it's having only music. Please carefully see. So participants, I want to see that I'm seeing the chat box. Whatever you have understood from the presentation, I want you to write 2 words of it. Yeah, the video was not having any sound. It was just a video. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. I sharing knowledge. Together we can. Yeah, I'm getting some answers in the chat box. And participants be interactive. This is an interactive session. Together we can. So, yes, sometimes working in a setup with little techniques or skills, we often face new challenges. We want solution, but we do not know whom to ask. Such problems can be solved with communities of practice by Etienne Wenger. Here he talks of communities to collaborate, to come together for better outcomes. Moreover, there are more benefits of communities of practice. It helps in making relations and improving teamwork. It accelerates a learning process and increases knowledge with increasing performance. This all leads to creating innovation. This all can happen if the condition is very conducive. So we have to be a member of such communities of practice. Communicate with each other. Sugar, yeah. Suchita, come together. Collaboration. That is a key word. Collaboration. Um, so The table of content, the table of my content is going to look like this. We are going to look only at two aspects, that is introduction of communities of practice and its characteristics. In the introduction part, we will be talking about what, who, and why of communities of practice. We will analyze a definition by Etienne Wenger and discuss some characteristics of communities of practice. Then I'll talk about the communities of practice, where I'll elaborate the idea of domain, community, and practice further. I'll talk about some of the COPs. Now, communities of practice is COP, the short form. I'll be using COP. Write in the chat box COP so that I know you have understood. Communities of practice means COP as best practices according to TAN Survey 2020. Later, I will discuss one case study of chess ETF as presented in the INET conference by one of the coordinators and moderators. Finally, there will be some takeaway tips for building such communities of practice. So here we begin with our presentation. So let's begin. Guess what is a community of practice? Rather, what forms a community? And who is the main component of community of practice? Put your answer in the chat box. You have to think. So who is the main component of the community of practice? Participants, I'm not getting any answer. What you feel? Who are the main components of the community of practice? I have to get some answer. Team members. Okay, that means a group of people. Yes, Shubhangi, that is a keyword. And group. Yes, Sushma. So that means people share some concern. So when we talk about people assemble, so yes, people are the main component of a community of practice. People usually come together with common interest, common goal for improving their shared experiences. So if I have to introduce community of practices are a group of people or learners who are in the process of learning the same thing. They may not be a planned group. They may be a spontaneously formed group with shared passion or interest with a common goal of improving and increasing their knowledge through discussion and shared experiences. That means anyone who has a concern or a problem or a common passion can be a part of COP. And note, COP also create a body of shared expertise to promote best practices in the area of interest. Example, meet. You must have seen in, like you've seen in the previous webinar, you had experts coming from the same group. We had Kumbhar sir, we had Niti ma'am, we had Akhil sir, we had Rashu ma'am. So all these were the experts. They had developed that expertise in the group, in the association. So as at its core, COP is a way to learn more about an interest in a social setting. Yes. So people make communities. Here is a definition by Etienne Wenger, who initiated these communities of practice. This community of practice may be a recent coinage, but it was there many years back. He says communities of practice are groups of people who share a concern or a passion for something they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. Now, there are certain keywords in this definition. Can you write down those keywords? This definition has some keywords. Can you put it there in the chat box? Passion, group of people. Yes, share, concern, Pratiksha, right? Deepika ma'am, yes, share practices, passion for something. Arshada ma'am, cooperation. Yes, true. So these are the keywords. So when we say it's concern, it's passion, it's something that they have to learn, they have to interact. Why should we participate in a community of practice? Why should we be a part of COP? Now, COP not only helps in creating an inclusive community with a commitment to teaching and learning. Just remember, you are a part of MEET. So when you are a part of MEET, what happens when you are there? It not only helps in the commitment to teaching and learning, but also create space to explore ideas and discuss with one who shares the same interest. You may be in a group that creates material. You must have seen that you must have seen that recently some question papers in MEET, a few question papers, a group of teachers came together and collated question papers for English language. And those question papers were compiled and then sent it to other group members. So it is, they create material for the other group, or they can have webinar, they host webinar. This is what we are talking. This is a webinar that MEET has already hosted. So it is this community that is hosting webinar for the other teachers or a seminar. But whatever they do, they definitely make meaningful relationship. They create network. So that's the reason we should be a part of one or the other community. Now, give me some examples of communities of practice. I have spoken about communities. You understood what it's a group. It's a group with common interests coming together to interact regularly. So you have in your vicinity number of communities. Can you write in the chat box some communities? That you know about? You can type your response in the chat box. Wikipedia? No, Wikipedia is, I will not take MEET. Yeah, MEET is a school. School is a community because students have come with a purpose. MEET is a community, yes. NGO, Ra Aurangabad is a community, yes. Okay, so very good. I'm quite happy. College, okay, exchanging of thoughts and ideas. So I just want, Aditya, I just want the name of few communities. Society. Now I'll just take society. Now you're talking about which society, Manisha? MEET, LTI, INET, offering, yes. WhatsApp group, yes, very correct, Ravindra sir. Facebook, it's a community. It doesn't have it. They have come together, but they don't share any common practice. If it's a page, yes, teachers, Telegram, okay, community of principals, NGOs, okay. So communities of practice are formed by people who engage in a process of collective learning in the shared domain of human endeavor. A tribe learning a work, that's also a community. A band of artists seeking new forms of expression, they are also a community. A group of engineers working on a similar problem, that's also a community. A cliche pupil defining their identity in the school, they also a community. A network of teacher exploring novel idea methods, they also a community. Agricultural community came into being in the Stone Age time. They were also a community. They broke from the hunter gathering hunt and they turned to agricultural community. They were also community. So in a nutshell, learning can be the reason of the community to come together. Not everything can be called a community or a community of practice. A neighborhood, for instance, is often called a community, but usually it's not a community of practice because they don't have any shared interest. So these are few examples that we have realized. The webinars is not a community, dear. Shraddha ma'am. Okay, we have finished with the first content of the table. That is the introduction part of COP. Now we'll discuss the three characteristics which are very crucial, very important in the communities of practice. And they are the domain, the community, and the practice. Let's discuss them in detail. The domain is a topic or interest that is shared by a group. The community of practice is not merely a club of friends or a network of connections between people. It has an identity defined by a shared domain of interest. Membership, therefore, implies a commitment to the domain and therefore a shared competence that distinguishes member from other member. Example, eliminating educational inequity in India. This is one of the domain. And whose domain is this? This is from TFI, Teach for India, started by Shaheen Mistry. She started when she started this association when she felt that students in the rural area were not getting proper education. So that community is working for that domain. Then we have the community. In pursuing the interest in their domain, members engage in joint activities and discussion, help each other and share information. They build relationships, they enable them to learn from each other. They care about their standings with each other. A website in itself is not a community. A page in itself is not a community. Having the same job or the same title does not make a community of practice unless members interact and learn together. But members of a community of practice do not necessarily work together on a daily basis. Next, we have the practice. The members of a community of practice are practitioners. They practice things. They bring out things. They develop and share. Repertoire of resources, experiences, stories, tools, way of addressing recurring problems. In short, a shared practice. This takes time and sustained interactions. It is a long ongoing process. Interestingly, it is the combination of these three elements that constitute a community of practice. And it is by developing these three elements in parallel that one cultivates such a community. One example of such sustainable community is Tejas project, the Tejas project that has come into being. I'll talk about the Tejas project in detail. So collaborating, co-learning, connecting. So let's discuss how it works. When we talk, just resonate yourself with any association. You can take ELTA, you can take INET, you can take NEET, you can take MNET, any association you resonate and think, how does this community of practice work? Okay, think, reflect, and I'm discussing. Now, communities develop their practice through a variety of activities. I'm giving you some examples. For instance, you are a member. You are a member of INET, you're a member of NEET, you're a member of MNET, you're a member of ELTA, you're a member of ITFL, you're a member of TESOL, and many more association you are the member. Now, what you do over there? When you ask a member of your club or a teacher network for problem solving, how you ask? Can we work on this lesson plan and brainstorm some ideas? I'm stuck with this. I'm not able to proceed. Can we work together? Then, when you request for information, when can I find the option to go live on YouTube in Zoom? Or when can I find an option to go live on Facebook in Zoom? This is sharing of information. In seeking experiences, has anyone dealt with learning disabled student in the online situation? How do you go for recordings in the online teaching? Then in coordination and strategy, can we combine and purchase Zoom platform to achieve bulk discount? Then in growing confidence, before I go live, I'll run it through my close friends first to see how it goes. bringing in coordination and working even at 10 o'clock meeting. I feel everyone must be thinking about it. By discussing development, what do you think of the new course book? Is it really engaging? Or should it be changed? Or there's a lot of literature in it? Then, while documenting projects with explicit knowledge, we have faced this problem of FB Live for many a time. It's not going FB Live. Let us write it down once how we have to go live. Then, by visiting. Kumar sir, can we come to your school to see your learners club or language lab? We need to establish one in our school. This is my example I'm giving because I had gone to sir's school. So everyone will resonate that we work in this manner in our network, in our group. If you agree, put A in your chat box. If you agree, put A in your chat box. I cannot see A, so I feel you disagree with me. I have seen only A. Sarika ma'am, thank you. You agree with me. Padmini ma'am, thank you. Anaga ma'am, thank you. Vinita ma'am, thank you. Sai Amruta ma'am, yeah. Nitin sir, thank you. Shamika ma'am, thank you. Ravindra sir, thank you. Aparna ma'am, thank you. Aditya sir, thank you. Suchita ma'am, thank you. So everyone agrees with this, that we work in this manner in our communities. Thank you so much, teachers. Now, what are the different titles given to a COP in organization? Or are they called by the same name? Do you feel when we say communities of practice, is it the same everywhere? Right? True or false? Is it the same? I'm asking, is it the same? It is known as communities of practice. Everywhere, wherever we go? False. Thank you, Vinita, for that quick answer. Yes, Pratiksha ma'am. Thank you, thank you. So that means COP bears different names in different organizations, such as learning networks, groups, or teachers club or association. Well, they have all the elements of domain. Because when we talk about WhatsApp group, it's having all the elements. You have a problem, you have a interaction, you come with solution. So it has all the elements of domain, a community, and a practice. They come in varieties of form. Some COPs are quite small, like the small WhatsApp group. Some are very large, often with a core group, like Meet. Many are peripheral members on the edges. Some are local, and some are global, like ITFL, it's a global one. Some meet mainly face-to-face, some mainly meet online. Some are within an organization like the Teachers Club. Some include members from various organizations. Some are formally recognized, like Meet is a formally recognized organization. Others supported with a budget, and some are completely informal and even invisible, like Mnet and BETC. So there are various groups and they are known by various names. Okay. So this is a reflection. I want answer, and if you have an answer, you can unmute yourself and answer. Okay. Now, why do you think? Why have a community of practice? This is a reflection. I don't feel there's any right or wrong answer for this. Because when we say why have a community of practice, we have a question. What does the individual receive? What does the organization receive? What does the community receive? Write your answer in the chat box. What everyone receives when we are talking about being a part of community of practice. And if anyone likes to respond, please unmute yourself. And there is no right or wrong answer. Everyone has their own perception to look at it. For what is right for me may be wrong for you. What may be right for you may be wrong for me. It again depends on the perception. So I leave it to you to reflect. But I would love if I get few answers in the chat box, because we also want to know what we receive. For me, if I have to talk, because I'm a part of many associations and many clubs, I have gained knowledge, I have gained confidence. As an individual, I have gained confidence. As an individual, I have increased in my CPD. As an individual, I am here. Meet has given me a chance to talk to you all. I have presented myself in ITFL. So yes, there was a lot of gain that I have, thing that I have achieved because I was a part of COPs. Community receives common goal. Okay, community receives common goal. Community is benefited, right? And what does individual? Because when we join, we have our own goal. First, we benefit, and when we benefit, the community automatically benefits. So I did not get any answer. I did not get any teacher who muted. Anyways, but do reflect on this question because this will be your pathway to be a member of a community or to start a new community. Okay.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, I'm so happy.
It is
Tell your name. Tell your name.
Ma'am, I'm Harshada.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Harshada. I have read somewhere that you do it best or you succeed best when you help others to succeed.
Yes.
So I believe in that, and I think it goes well with whatever with this community of practices.
Yes. When
Together
you
we
help
can.
yes, together we can. That is true. So individual, when you are collaborating, you learn a lot. Instead of giving more, you are getting more from others.
Hello.
True. Yes.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. I'm Jyoti. I
Yes.
think that change is the need of time. And according to that time, we need to exchange our thoughts and idea. And therefore, community is the best way to exchange our needs, thoughts and idea. And it is play an important role. Therefore, communities are important.
So what you feel? Should we develop communities, be a part of communities, start a new community? What is your idea on this? What is your take on this?
I think we should try to develop the communities and we should support them.
Yes. Then only the communities will be stronger.
Yeah. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you,
We
ma'am.
should
Thank you.
support them.
Hello.
Thank you,
Hello,
Harshada
Renu.
ma'am. Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Yes.
Hello, Renu ma'am.
Yes.
As man is a social animal,
Yes.
he likes to
Man.
live in community. Man is a social animal.
Yes,
So
true.
he likes to live in a community and he likes to gain knowledge. He likes to participate in everything so that he will get knowledge from other people also.
True. Man cannot live alone. He needs a society. He needs a society for everything.
Everything.
Yes. So he requires a community. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy that you all responded so well.
Madam, hello.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Madam,
Hello,
when we
ma'am.
work, when we work in community, it has been seen that the changes are brought up quickly. For example, we have got many communities working at the society level. Maybe like see, there are one French organization I know which works for the gay people, for the TB patients, for the AIDS people. So when I see that one, I think the entire community, the people over there have really benefited from that. So not only the change has been brought, but also people have learned a lot. They have got their, jobs. They are doing their profession
True.
right now. I think
True.
the overall development of the common people really brought up by this community network. And
So that
this is what I've
means
seen.
so that means individual gains a lot when they are part of the community.
Of
They
course, yes.
develop. Yes.
I
Thank
truly believe.
you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
I go to the next slide. Can you give me some examples of large teacher network, state level association, informal clubs or groups? You can mention it in the chat box. Now you all know what is a community of practice. You know the importance and you have given some examples. Still, I want those examples from you. INET. Yes, Harshada ma'am. Meet is one. Shikshak Bharti, yes, very correct. Diksha is an app, Angana ma'am. It is created by NCRT. Teacher activity, yeah, tag. I'm going to Vinita ma'am. I'm going to talk about tag. The Rotary Club, Dhanraj sir. Yes, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about tags. Yeah, good. So these are the communities where we associate ourselves. So I'm going to some of the best practices. Okay, these what you see on the slide right now are some of the examples of best practices among larger and smaller communities of practice. Now you have Teach for India. It was found in 2016, but it has gained a lot of prominence because of the work that they are doing. Then you have TESOL Africa. That's a part of TESOL, where these organizations are working in Africa. I needn't speak of INET. You know about INET. INET is working for the CPD of all the teachers, of all the English teachers around India and outside. I am a part of INET, and what you are seeing today, INET has helped me, and MEET also has helped me in my development. Then state level associations are eMelta and ATM. ATM takes part in the global community teachers. Then informal community is BETC, that is Bhandara English Teachers Club, and MNET, that is Mumbai Network of English Teachers. Then state level you have Chess Project, ETFs, and Tejas. I'll talk about BETC. Now, whatever tags you all are seeing in Maharashtra, that idea was developed by BETC. That was an experiment on experiment basis that was bought in some 7 years back, 5 to 7 years back, and it worked out very well over there. So when it worked out very well, the British Council were very happy with its working, so they took the patent. I'll not say the patent, but they took it. They said we also want it, and they experimented in many countries. And after experimenting, it was successful. And you know that Tejas project is full of tags. So how associations experiment, how associations develop, how teachers come together and BETC is one informal group. And I have heard that people love to be in informal group because there are no protocols, it's fun. It's that what the TAN survey is saying. So these are some of the best practices. It's among the larger and the smaller community. We can see only a few state and national level teachers network in the list. This list is, however, based on the assumption of a limited group of teachers giving opinion, cited many examples of irregularities, mainly like financial or constitutional problems. This is a TAN survey 2020, and hence it became very difficult to include small or district level teachers group association under the best practice. However, the teachers praise a top-bottom initiative like the English Teacher Forum. They love that under the Government of Maharashtra's Chess project, and TAG under the Tejas project implemented by the State Institute of English in Maharashtra. So this is what they liked it. So what is the framework or principles of COP? Give me some of the principles before I tell you. What are the principles? What should be the framework? What should be some of the principles of COP?
Caring and sharing.
Caring and sharing. Okay. Okay. So most communities of practice have no formal design and tend to be self-organizing systems. They have a natural life cycle, and some come to an end when they have no longer served the needs of the community. However, there is now a body of theory and research that has identified actions that can help sustain and improve the effectiveness of communities of practice. What they are? Basically, a COP could be a small or a large network of teachers. They can be more or less formal. They can be triggered by external or internal forces. Mainly, people come together voluntarily with being one with the group. There are no dictates. The community collectively takes responsibilities and ownership of the work that they do. There are no leaders and subjects. No one is inferior or superior. Everyone has a right to express. Everyone is considered at the same wavelength. There are no prejudices and biases. They don't look down upon people. Every member should be respected and not taken advantage of. They should not feel that they are being used. If this happens, such clubs or association or community of practices will not sustain itself for a longer time and will get dissolved. Remember, it is the people who make communities of practice. So such practices which you see, which I just told, should be stopped. I feel you agree. Yeah, every person's opinion should be considered. There should be no discrimination. Aditya, I agree, totally agree with you. Yes. So everyone should have a say in the community. One person should not be left out. And if they are left out, things should be made, situation should be made to pull that person's ideas into consideration. Okay. Now, this is a case study presented at the INET conference by a chess coordinator about the chess ETFs, a state level community of practice. And he has mentioned that such COPs are better than the typical in-service training. You later on, participants comment on this in-service training programs, because in such COPs, there are no expert culture. No one thinks that they are superior or have a flattery business. They have a perfect balance of top-down and bottom-up approach, where in communication and ideas flow from both the end, and these ideas are accepted. Such COPs are to the teachers, by the teachers, and for the teachers. So it's completely democratic in nature. Though they have structured pattern, a lot of liberty is given to the moderators to play out their ETFs. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
And bottom up. Right? A, if you agree in the chat box.
Agree. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree, madam.
Yeah. So y'all can write A in the chat box if you agree. And if you don't agree, don't write anything. I'm getting a lot of A. I'm quite happy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mona ma'am. Thank you, Jadhav sir. Okay. So these are few takeaway tips. Communities of practice are purely, these are my opinion, to form the COPs. Your ideas may differ. You can add on your ideas in the chat box. So so these are purely my opinion. So while creating and sustaining a COP, members' input should be valued. It should be a bottom-up approach. I feel you know what's the meaning of bottom-up approach. It should be, they should work in collaboration, giving decision-making power to all. Everyone should be in a position to take decision and give their decision. The way we create a voice, allowing introvert teachers to come forward and participate in the forum and collaboratively work with the support of the peers. Sometimes, if it is in an organization, the head teacher should be critical and crucial in giving liberty and freedom to the teachers to develop. Agree? So what is your take? What few top tips you want to add for communities to sustain? Can you give me some more tips? These are my few tips, but I really want some more tips so that I can add on to my library. I'm waiting for everyone to give me one tip at least to sustain a community. I'm not getting any answer. Okay, so but think of a tip and then write it down. I go. Now to conclude, communities of practice have been around for as long as human beings have learned to come together. At home, at work, at school, in our hobbies, we all belong to communities of practice. A number of them usually informal. In some, we are the core members. In many, we are merely peripheral agents, and we travel through numerous communities over the course of our life. In fact, communities of practice are everywhere. A familiar experience, so familiar, perhaps that is often it often escapes our attention. Yet when it is given a name and brought into focus, it becomes a perspective that can help us understand our world better. In particular, it allows us to see past more obvious formal structure such as an organization, classroom, a nation, and perceive the structure defined by engagement and practice, and the formal learning that comes with it. And with this, I end my presentation. I am open for question and answer. So I hope you all have understood what I wanted to convey. And if you have understood, just put an A. Padmini ma'am, thank you. Jadhav sir, thank you. Vinita ma'am, thank you. Humaira, thank you. Humaira ma'am. Mona ma'am, thank you. Sushma ma'am, thank you. Jadhav sir, it's a thumbs up. So I'm open to questions. Do you have any questions? You want to ask me any questions? So Kumbhar sir. I did not see any question in the chat box. You all can still type it. Santosh sir.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is Harsha.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Bolo. Hello.
So I have end
Yes.
with the presentation. So if the participants have any question, what are the limitations of COP? Akhil sir, what you feel should be the limitation of COPs? Are there any limitations? There should be any limitations.
Sometimes there
feel?
are some. Sometimes I think there are some limitations.
Sometimes in what sense? See, it is a group of practice, a group of people who have come together, taking
Correct.
everyone into its fold and
But
working ahead.
Whenever
what
some
is a
people, whenever some people come together with the same intention, and when politics come in between, there are some certain limitations comes on that communities of practice.
So do you feel politics comes when, sir? When a group is formed, politics comes when there is diversion of thoughts.
Yeah.
If those diversions of thoughts are negotiated and cleared at that particular time clearly, then that misunderstanding will be out. How UN works, they negotiate. That negotiation art should be learned by every member of the community, especially the one who starts the